you know, Gellehsak great, but Vo obviously took his control and ran with it and hasn't really given it up since.
Well, and he has two options right now. Vo has a lot of score to work with. It's 15-3, so 12 frags separate these two. Typically in a situation, gamers can go into two modes. A, defensive, or B, completely aggressive. If you go aggressive, you've got room to make mistakes, but you can totally force your opponent into fighting you all the time.
And the other thing is that if you go into the aggressive mode, it's a very good chance that your opponent is in aggressive mode because they've got to make up 12 frags. So you know right now Gellehsak can't even think about, okay, I gotta get the armor, I gotta go get this, I gotta go. He's gotta just say, okay, where's Vo? Let's fight.
Exactly.
Because he has no other option.
And the defensive mode, well, that basically, you hide in the corner.
Right. You know that the guy's coming after you, right? So if he's going to be chasing you down, why make it easy for him? Go run to the other side of the map, stay out of his way, stay away from the armor. It can backfire on you because if you start that too soon, then your opponent comes and just absolutely demolishes you. But at this point in time, it's pretty safe to say that Vo can spend the next 2.5 minutes sitting in a corner twiddling his thumbs, and he'll probably hold on to this one.
Then the way he's navigating through the map, you know, Vo is not going to do that. And one thing that you'll notice about Painkiller, it's all about constant movement. If you ever stop in this game, you might as well just go ahead and write your own tombstone, basically. And that is why these guys are constantly moving through the map, and the movement is very fluid. You'll notice the way that these guys, you know, fly through the ruins of these particular Painkiller maps. It's amazing. They've traversed these areas many times, and they're crucial. If you don't know the same navigation as your opponent, you might as well just put down your mouse and keyboard.
But it can be dangerous because if you're moving through the map in a predetermined fashion, pretty soon your opponent's going to figure it out and just wait for you to come his way. So you have to make sure that you're changing up your game, moving into different areas, keeping it fresh, and
that's an excellent point. That is an excellent point because if you continue to run the same pattern over and over,
which is a danger.
These guys are smart enough. They're going to go, hey, he keeps on going to this area at this time all the time. I'll just frag him there. And that's exactly what has been happening. Now, we've got just under 2 minutes left to go. In fact, we're 10 seconds away from the 1 minute warning. 22-4, as Gellehsak has certainly hung in there. Unfortunately, Vo is just the powerhouse. Now, if you'll look at right over here, Vo Sander happens to be sitting at Station 5. He currently is the #1 Painkiller player in the world. So, if you ever want to know what the #1 Painkiller in the world player looked like, there you go. You can see the focus, you can see the concentration, and you can see the fire in his eyes. And that's what makes this GGL Vsports All Star event just so fantastic because, you know, for the first time, a lot of these people get to say, hey, this is for real, folks. These guys are out there playing every month, playing, you know, all throughout the year and winning a lot of money because of their fantastic skills.
Absolutely. And you know, you can also see these guys are just like you. There's no reason why you can't be an all-star. Just takes practice. It takes coming in there and putting your all into it and playing against the tough players. I mean, these guys lose sometimes, they win sometimes, but they keep on fighting. As we are seeing the final 5 seconds of play, Gellehsak looking for one more score. Will he get it? No. 25-4 in favor of Sander Vo Kasjager from Holland, the Painkiller #1 player. And these guys are going to do a little good game back and forth between them, do a little handshake, and then
you know,
that's all she wrote.
One of the interesting things also is that these guys are teammates. They practice, they boot camp. Which a boot camp, for those of you that may not know, a boot camp is essentially these guys get together and for like 2 weeks straight, they play Painkiller for 8, 12, 15 hours a day.
And
so these two, how many, Gellehsak, come over here. Gella, how many times do you think you've actually played Vo? Come on, step on up here. I know it's a little crazy back here, but let's get you back in here. What's up, brother?
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
All right, so how many times do you think you've actually played Vo?
A lot.
I mean, literally probably in the thousands, right?
Oh, not the thousands, but we played quite a few times.
Okay. You know what, I don't really like this.
Yeah, we're just going to try this out here. Bear with us for just a moment as we get the information from Gellehsak.
You are on his team, and you play often with Vo, right?
Yeah, we play quite a bit. for the most part, we're playing at least a couple matches a day to get in shape for the World Tour and all the other stuff that's going on.
And you've been kind of boot camping all over. You're from Canada, but you spent some time overseas preparing for various events. Is that right?
Yeah, actually, I'm living with Vo right now in the Netherlands. I've been living there pretty much since February. And I came back to Canada for a bit, and then back to Holland.
Very nice. So there you have it. You play video games hard enough, you play them long enough, you play them like the master right here, Gellehsak, and you can be moving from Canada to the Netherlands and playing their game. So good game. We're going to see a lot more from you later on in the event.
Yeah, hope so.
All right, buddy. All right. Good game, man.
All right.
Can we?
So.
I'd like to do just a little bit of audio adjustment here.
Absolutely.
So let's just take a quick break. We're going to have another painkiller match coming up here in just a moment. That one's going to be between, Allison, why don't you let them know?
All right, the next matchup we have is going to be between Benjamin ZYZ Borman and Sean Daler Price. So we've got a couple of good players coming up, one from Germany and one from the United States. We'll see how these guys match up in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us.